All right. I just had an epiphany. I need to go to Tiffany's. That's Nicki Minaj, obviously, where the Barb's at. Barb's. I just had an epiphany. I need to go to Tiffany's, right? Let's take a listen to Epiphany. This is the longest song on the album. Huh. This is clocking in at 4 minutes. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the second longest song on the album. Yeah, this song and the next song are two of the longest songs on the album. So Epiphany and then Betty will be the longest. But Epiphany, here we go. We're going to have an epiphany listening to this. Let's get into it. Atmospheric, painted beautifully, of course. Slow build. Synthesizers. Sounds kind of peaceful too, you know?
Keep your helmet, keep your life, son. Just a flesh wound. Here's your rifle.
I love that she does that in the
Crawling up the beaches now.
Long Pond studio sessions too.
Sir, I think he's bleeding out. And some things you just can't speak about.
Deep.
With you I serve, with you I fall down.
Lyrically
What you
and
breathe,
sonically.
what you breathing out. Something med school did not cover. Someone's
Ooh, organ. Kind of.
someone's mother. Hold your hand through plastic now.
Ugh.
Doc, I think she's crashing out.
Mm.
And some things you just can't speak about.
I love how she explained this during Long Pond about like doctors, medical during surgery, during, you know, the war, and like how these are actual people. It's painted so well, something med school didn't teach you, you know? Like what happens in your brain and your emotions when you're trying to heal someone and save someone. This is someone's like relative.
Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany. Just one single glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you've seen. With you I serve, with you I fall down.
God, the harmonies up here, crazy.
What you breathing out. With you I serve, with you I fall down.
Oh, she does at the end.
What you breathing out. Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany.
Honestly, so beautiful.
Just one single glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you see.
Crazy. Like really, really deep, you know? And it's this kind of feels like a heartbeat at the end here, you know? And with that breathe in and out and down, like definitely feels like a heartbeat. Of course, this is Taylor and Aaron, and Like such a beautiful track. And I almost imagine like the epiphany, is that just like, I hate to even say it, but it's like, is that just visualizing to me? Is that like just before somebody dies, you know, like this epiphany, like, oh, this is getting deep, but just like right before you die and go on, like what you're leaving on earth, you know, like what your, you know, what your life looks like. It's kind of what I think about. I think like when you think about the things that matter to you most, what you've done, your friends, your family, like it's almost like an epiphany of all that you've done, just before you move on, you know. That's like one way that I've heard that song. But overall, super, you know, just like atmospheric. Of course, like gentle. It has like this gentle approach. If it's nearing death or nearing someone passing, it just feels like kind of gentle to me. Um, I think a way that's really like, she explains it really well in the Long Pond studio sessions, where you know her grandpa was in the military and she thought about like what it would be like to be somebody who was helping people as a medical aid, you know, or a nurse or a doctor, and like what that looked like if it's someone's actual family member, you know. It's not just like what you are practicing on in school. It's like this is the real world, you know, and what goes through someone's brain. Maybe the epiphany too is like what's happening in the doctor's brain when they're like helping someone or operating on someone. Like what does that look like, you know? What kind of headspace are you in? Like is it just another day at the office, or is it like wow, it really hits you, you know? I don't know. It's kind of a wild story to think. And as she's told us that these are all different stories that she's telling, not based on her experiences, but based on others, it's kind of crazy and beautiful. And I think this one ties really well into peace in a way, because the beginning of the song just sounds really peaceful, and like maybe at that point of the end where you're having this epiphany and like you just are at peace, you know? Deep.